Good evening, everyone, and welcome to session 4 of the ASFI Journal Club. It is a pleasure to see such diverse and multidisciplinary group gathered here today: researchers, clinicians, educators, policy thinkers, and professionals at different career stages and from varied fields. This diversity is what makes our discussion rich, grounded, and meaningful. I am Dr. Najat Taha, your session coordinator and moderator. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Professor Bright Nwaru and to thank him for the Career Navigator series that forms the basis of today's discussion. I also want to welcome all of the ASFI community and our guest audience. Thank you all for taking the time to join us and for the thoughtful engagement you bring to each of these sessions. As many of you know, today's discussion is part of Professor Bright Nwaru Career Navigator series, which explores the concept of Kairos, those critical moments when readiness and opportunity align in ways that can shape careers and lives. In the earlier papers, the focus was on recognizing Kairos, seizing Kairos, and the rewards that follow timely action. Today, the paper invites us into less comfortable but deeply important territory. Our focus today is the fifth paper in the series, The Cost of Missed Kairos, Lessons from Opportunities Ignored or Delayed. The paper does not celebrate success stories. Instead, it examines what often remains unspoken in academic and professional spaces. The cost of hesitation, the weight of delay, the quiet consequences of staying too long, waiting too much, or settling too comfortably. Importantly, the paper does not frame Miss Kairos as a failure or moral weakness. Rather, it presents it as a human vulnerability, shaped by fear, loyalty, doubt, and the powerful structures of academic and professional life. That framing is especially relevant for a multidisciplinary audience like ours, because Kairos is not limited to academia. It applies equally to research and grant decisions, clinical and programmatic choices, leadership opportunities, career transitions, collaboration, and innovations. Before we begin, I would like to briefly explain how the session designed so everyone knows what to expect. This is a reflective space, not a performance space. There are no right or wrong answer today. You are welcome to speak from your field, your experience, or even from the hindsight. You do not need to share personal details if you are not comfortable. General reflections are absolutely sufficient. To support inclusive participation, today's discussion will move through two formats: a small breakout group reflection and whole group integration and discussion. The breakout sessions are meant to give everyone a space to think, reflect, and speak, especially on questions that benefit from quieter, more personal reflections. To ease us in, let us start gently by show of hands, or even just a nod. How many of us have had a moment in our career or professional life where, looking back, we think, I knew something mattered, but I didn't act, or I acted later than I should have? Let us see your response if you have this question before. Actually, missed or delayed Kairos is universal, not exceptional. We will now display the reflection and discussion question slides. Each group will focus on the question assigned to them. Room 1 for group A, room 2 for group B, room 3 for group C. The purpose of the activity is to reflect deeply and share perspective rather than summarizing the paper. Think of it as a space to explore ideas, ask questions, and learn from each other. Before starting your discussion, please take a screen shot of your question slide so you can refer back to it as needed.
So when you're ready, let me know when you want me to open the breakout sessions.
Okay. Welcome back everyone, and thank you. I will now invite one reporter from each group to share one key insight and one question or any discussion point that arised. Thank you so much. Who will speak for Group A, Room 1?
All right. Thank you. Pleasant greetings, everyone. My name is Chidi. I'm speaking for Group 1. Can I go ahead? Can you hear me?
Yes, clear. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the first question is, recall a moment in your career or research where a clear sense of alignment or readiness was missed or delayed. What were the short and long-term consequences? Actually, during our discussion, we had a lot of people adding their voice to this particular question. And amongst them, we had someone talk about uh, an opportunity that was missed. You know, she was supposed to have her PhD defense, and before you could know what is happening, her PhD defense was delayed for extra 2 years, and this was because of pregnancy and also sickness. It took her a longer time, and at the end of the day, she even had colleagues, junior colleagues, who at the end of the day now became her senior colleagues. And it wasn't a very good one for her. And she's still trying to come regain herself on that. And even to me personally, I know I also had that same challenge. I remember the time I started my master's program. I'm actually a PhD student. I know when I started my master's program, I had very, very serious challenges that has to do with the ASU strike. You know, Nigeria, we have Academic Staff Union of Universities. So when they come up with their strike, sometimes it's very interesting and not too funny. So that was it. A master's program that was supposed to last for 2 years or a year, 6 months, 8 months, now lasted up to 5 years. Because of the ASU strike, because of the COVID-19 that came on at that same period of time, and I know I wasn't working then, and the work also impacted. So now, at the end of the day, I saw myself losing interest. I saw myself, having a low energy, having a low enthusiasm into furthering. But at least my excitement and joy is joining ASFI and also having Professor Bright as a mentor. I mean, it's also what continues to encourage and inspire me to move further. So for the number two question, so that I don't take our time, what factors contributed to missing or delaying that Kairos moment? A lot of factors. We discussed that extensively. Amongst all the factors there, which is fear, uncertainty, timing, all of them were contributed. Confidence was another thing, because at the end of the day, you are losing confidence. Imagine it when you have your junior colleagues now becoming your senior colleagues. Before you know, you are even losing energy, and also missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. There are opportunities you get as a younger person, and there's opportunity you get as and also an older person. So I remember someone mentioning it over and again, missed opportunities. And we also have challenges. We also have challenges of research funding. That is the missed opportunities. When we talk about research funding, even to me personally, I remember I've had a lot of, applications that at the end of the day, I'm accepted, but there's no research funding. So research funding has also been part of it. And again, mentorship. A lot of times, younger people do not have mentors. Some of the people that had mentors are maybe they were closer or close to mentors. So I think also to me and to a good number of us there, we keep mentioning mentorship, and Professor Bright is doing a very great job here in ASFI, and it has helped a lot of us to stay motivated and also to keep the fire burning. And also timing was also a factor. So let me stop there so that I don't take too much of our time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the insight. Group 2, who represents Group 2?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Adewaye for Group 2. Group 2, we couldn't discuss much because I have an internet problem. The internet will kick me out, come back, kick me out again. The remaining 3 people there discussed because I was asked before I left. I couldn't pick anything. So we are sorry about that. So I don't know if others that were in Group 2 with me picked anything, if they can say it. So Mrs. Dongo and I've forgotten the name of the other person. Sorry.
Thank you so much for this. Aditon, you are welcome. Anyone want to speak for Group 2? Okay, we'll move to 3 and we'll see if one come for Group 2. Group 3. Yes, Flora. You are welcome.
Thank you for the opportunity. Greeting colleagues. In Group 3, the first question was, how can lessons from this paper, that is the paper on cost of missed Kairos, inform our approach to current projects, collaborations, and career decisions? Our first reflection was we shouldn't offer consult because sometimes when we are young, especially not young year-wise, but in our career, we look up to our seniors, our mentors for affirmation. We consult widely with them and we wait for them to say yes. And in that process, as we wait for them to do that, we may miss our Kairos. So we should not offer consult. We should trust ourselves, listen to our inner self, and weigh the benefit. We also reflected that we should not wait for too long overthinking. We should take up the opportunity and act on it, and we should go beyond our comfort zone. Sometimes you may be employed, like we say in my country, permanent and pensionable. So it's a tenant position, and that gives you some comfort and it may delay you. So we need to go beyond our comfort zone. Our question number 2 was, how can we support one another? And in our discussion, we felt that we can support one another by stirring our inner selves, inspiring one another to take action, mainly through sharing our experiences. And we are really proud of Prof. Nwaru because by sharing his experiences through the 7 papers now, he is stirring something in us. He is pushing us and inspiring us to take action. So we should do that even in our groups. The other discussion point we came up with is we need to have courage to rise to the occasion, because sometimes we may feel like we are not adequate to start something or to lead something. And so we need a lot of self-reflection so that we can have courage. We've also discussed that is need to have a supportive environment, because from your colleagues and family, because we had this question, if you don't have, like, for ladies, the female gender, sometimes a moment may come, but you are hesitant to take it up. You think of your family, you think of your partner or your children, and it may delay you and you may miss a Kairos moment. So we felt like there's need for supportive environment, including supportive partner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Flora. Thank you so much for these insights. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. If no one will speak for group 2, we can have it as a discussion. Is there anyone for group 2? Regarding this question, we can have insight from our participants. How do our experience align with or differ from examples of missed, near missed or delayed Kairos discussed in the paper? If anyone want to talk about this. And the other question is, what help or could have helped we recognize that moment as Kairos and act more decisively? Okay, welcome. Welcome, Sadiq. Sadiq, Dr. Kezia. Dr. Kezia.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you very much, Dr. Nejla. I think I could just add quickly about the near missed or delayed carriers. From my experience, I can talk about in terms of conferences. Yes, I've loved to be in many conferences, but sometimes you find that due to time, you can miss conferences, and maybe sometimes it's okay, I'll write something and then it delays. So I think from my side, I can talk about conferences. Yes, conferences, sometimes when you miss, it's really a missed opportunity because participation in conferences is always a time for networking. It's always a time to increase your network of colleagues, better opportunities for collaboration. So yes, I can talk about missed and delayed carriers in terms of conferences. And in group 2, we had Sakir. I think he had his hand. Maybe he can share on that topic as well. He had question 3 and 4. So maybe you can come up and just say something on question 4. Thank you.
Yes, Sadiq Omar.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, initially my hand was up, and when you asked that I make my comment, I couldn't because you didn't unmute me. So I thought to just share an experience with regards to delayed carriers moment. I think my experience actually aligned with what the paper discussed. I'm currently experiencing it really. one of my mentor requested that I send him my CV for a postdoctoral position. So, but I find myself delaying to forward this CV currently because I'm overwhelmed with fear, really. The fear being that my PhD was actually sponsored and I'm supposed to be under bond. So a lot of fear is allowing me to prolong decision making on forwarding my CV. And my fear is born out of the fact that I know that my chances of getting the position is extremely high. So if I get it, I also feel like it's taking me into a position that I'm not really ready for, especially considering that I'm just completing a PhD program. So that is the experience I wish to share. So I'm still trying to get the courage to forward my CV. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, a lot of patterns across the group rise. And now we integrate what we have heard. Several themes tend to surface in the conversation. Fear and uncertainty, loyalty and comfort, timing and hesitation, the challenge of acting without certainty. Let me pose two final reflective questions to the whole group. What helps us recognize Kairos while we are still inside it, not only in the hindsight? If anyone want to share any idea, you are welcome. Yes, you are welcome, Sadiq Omar.
Yes, I raised my hand, but I think unmuting me was delayed.
Sorry for that. Thank you.
Yes, I think for me, what my experience, if I would share, I think is the energy. Okay, there's this energy you get to kind of it makes the process like seem lighter. Because, for example, if I look at it, I had an experience to apply for an internship outside. So the process of application, getting accepted, the process of applying for funding, all these are cumbersome process. It takes time. But I think this energy that one gets when in the moment kept me going while I was applying. And the inner witness of me saying, like, it is for me, yeah, it is my moment, so I'm going for it. I think personally, that is the experience for me. The energy and the inner witness was there. And I felt really that this opportunity was mine. And I was really going for it. In fact, my first application was rejected, not successful, because I had that feeling in me that no, it is mine. I reapplied and then became successful for the second time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you are right. It is self-awareness and reflection habits that we trained to use it. Welcome, Aditon. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. To me, I think inspiration, something must inspire you to do something. That's the conviction you have inside you to bring out the best result. Like my profession now, many people want to do PhD because initially in nursing, with your registered nurse midwife, you are always at the top. But later this.
Sorry, I think that has internet issue. Okay. The other questions, how as a multidisciplinary community like SFI, can we create conditions that support discernment, courage, and timely actions? If anyone want to reflect on this, you are welcome. Actually, one of the biggest support is this career navigator series and all the efforts that SFI give us a chance to progress and to see the sites that we are not noticed before. So it is a great support SFI that give for all academia and professional participants. And it is we have a mentorship ecosystem, cross-disciplinary dialogue. We have, as I said, that this is Career Navigator series, big achievement and big support from Professor Bright and from SFI. If anyone want to add anything, you are welcome. Okay. Sadiq, you want to say something? Sadiq, you are welcome.
Sorry, when Prof is probably saying maybe he could help address this question I have. I've been having it for a while now. So the naming of the first article, I was wondering if Prof was deliberate about the term Greek gift to describe the two concepts of timing, that is the Chronos and Kairos. Was he deliberate about the meaning of Greek gifts, as in literal meaning of Greek gifts to mean a gift that could be like dangerous? I don't know. So was it to draw attention? Was it intentional that way? I have been curious about it for a while now. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Sadiq. I think that is very, very important question. Yeah, I have Adetone. Do you want to say something before I speak? Angela invites me to give final thought, but you can, if you can say what you have, Adetone, Adewoye. Adetone, do you want to speak?
Oh, sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. The network, we have network issue here. Sorry, as I was saying, the conviction. So now people are rushing to do PhD. So what is that thing that is giving you that conviction to go for, or that inspiration to go for that PhD? Do I want to contribute to my profession? Do I want to contribute to the community? Or what exactly? Or is it the research aspect? Or I just want to bear that title? So there must be conviction that will precede the evidence. So in my own case, I think something is within me that will make me to come out to do exactly that, will help me with this Cairo to do exactly what I really wanted to do. That's just my contribution. So thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for that. There is Mamun Abdul Kadir. Abdul Kadir.
Good evening, Prof. Good evening, my colleagues. I really hope I came across these papers earlier than now in my career, because whenever I'm reading these papers, something came up to my mind that when I joined academia, immediately after finishing my master's, I've been picked from one responsibility to another, to the extent that my brain is like stereotyped towards a kind of responsibility that whenever I get into the office, my mind is on those administrative responsibilities, that's what and what do I have done to get them done, that I hardly think of developing myself, and it's still difficult for me to like balance between such responsibilities. This right now is not like before. I'm a bit relieved of some of them, but this stereotyping, I'm still finding it difficult to balance between those administrative responsibilities and developing my personal career. So these papers really help, and uh, we are expecting more. Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you.
Thank you, Maman. Okay, I have Dr. Casey Mkwizu, please.
Thank you very much, Professor Bright, and I thank you and Dr. Nejla for bringing up this discussion session. It's very, very important so that, most of us can have more time to read the articles. They are very, very interesting, and for example, in our group 4, we have discussed paper 1 to paper 6 so far, and we are really looking forward to discuss paper 7 and paper 8. So in a nutshell, I'd just like to really say thank you, Professor Bright and Dr. Nejla. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to all of you.
All right, Dr. Nejla, should I go ahead?
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yes, you are welcome.
Okay, thanks, colleagues, for coming this evening. I wasn't expecting actually that this is the paper you will discuss in your journal club. But I was also impressed when Dr. Nejla Taha told me they would like to discuss this, and I think this is a good opportunity. In fact, well, let me start by asking how many persons have read all the papers published now? Well, let me say up to the 6th, because the 7th was published today. If you have read papers 1 to 6, you can just raise your hand. I just want to take a count to make my point. If you have read all the 6 papers, all right, I have 3 hands. Yeah, I have 4 hands. Okay, you can bring your hands down. Those who have read 5 of the 6 papers, 5 of the 6 papers. 5, okay. All right. 4. Those who have read 4. Just 4. Okay, nobody. 3. Who has completed 3? Okay, is there anyone here who has not read the 5th paper that was discussed today, the 5th one? Just be honest. You have not read it at all. Okay. Why am I asking this? Why I'm asking this is because what is there is not something you entirely get from others. It's not something you get from this discussion we have today. Those who have read it will understand what I'm talking about. It's not enough. You get insight by this discussion, but it's not enough to enrich your understanding. It's not enough to arm you. You need to take your time to read it. Personally, even though I have authored it, I still go through it. All right. When I have some time, I still go through it. And the reason is that this series, it's a lived experience. There are a number of thoughts that have come from here. Sadiq has mentioned some of his challenges. I hope I have time. I would have addressed the first point he made, the dilemma he has, whether to apply or not apply. but there's no time. I would have addressed that because I also found myself at that position sometime. But some of the things in these papers, in this series, really, that was when I started recognizing my own Kairos. So even though I was in the state of dilemma, inside of me, I knew it was my time. So I went ahead to break some rules. Not that I broke some rules, but I went ahead to challenge some rules. And it was clear that some of my fears were not well situated, if I may use those words. We are not well situated. Some of my fears were born out of fears. Okay? And so I had to challenge the situation, and I overcame the dilemma because it was my time. It was really my time. And my time led me to overcome that. So I hope that is. And then I have Mamoon as well, who has mentioned some point. He said if he has had this series, he wish he has had this series earlier in his career. And then Adeton was making an important point. For instance, you're taking a PhD. What is the basis of you taking your PhD? So I see some reflections there, which are important. But I want to tell you, because there's also some comments I heard from your discussion that do not capture very well the spirit of the paper. And that is what prompted me to inform Nejila that I would like to say a few things. This series now is about Kairos. Okay? And then Sadiq was asking the first paper, the title of the first paper. Well, partly it was a way to capture attention, but on the other way, it's also a reality. I know Greek gift is a terminology used to describe very bad situation, all right, treachery, and so on and so forth. But in my reflection of the issue of time, it is rarely so in our various contexts, our various cultures, our various languages, that time was so much espoused with full of meaning as the Greeks did it. It was the Greeks that actually understood time, that time is not one item. Time is divided into two. The time we use for this meeting, the ordinary time we have, but the Greeks also understood that there is another aspect of time, and that is Kairos. Everybody has both Chronos and Kairos, but not many people make use of the Kairos. So it was from that perspective of this deeper meaning we derive from understanding time that I actually said a Greek gift, because for the Greeks to do that, they have actually helped the world. All right, they have actually helped the world, because you can hear about Kairos even in the religious settings, not so much in career, but it is in every aspect of our life. It happens in every aspect of our life. All right, so yes, I know that it has a certain meaning historically, but in my own conviction, the Greeks have given the world really a gift by this deep meaning into time. Okay, so pardon me if you don't like it, but yeah, that is the way I see it. So this series is about Kairos, and what is it? It's your own opportune. And I want you to listen carefully here. It's your own opportune moment, your own opportune time. It's not everyone's time. It's not any other person's time. It is your own. It is your own. So I heard some of you talk about, pregnancy. It was also maybe certain things that happen in your environment. Yes, those things can shape our Kairos. But when your Kairos come, it is not in competition with any other person. It is yours. All right? It is yours. It is your own opportune time. Now, you can see that the evidence around you points to that point that this is your own. And that is why, if you see the examples, I've given 4 examples of the Kairos situations in my career to illustrate the different dimensions Kairos can come. Your inner witness tells you, this is my own. You're walking on the way, it is ringing in your spirit. This is my own. Well, I don't know how you feel, but me, it happens in different contexts. And then you make a move out, and somebody somehow gives you directly or indirectly indirect signal that this is yours. All right. So you have the external validation or testimony from others, as I called it in that paper. And then you have the inspiration to do the needful. I think it was, I'm not sure, sorry now, whether it was Sadiq or Amun Abdul Kadir was saying this energy. Yeah, there is now from inside something that propels you. It doesn't allow you to give up because you understand there is an extraordinary energy that leads you to deliver in that situation. All right, and of course, Sadiq mentioned an important thing when he was saying, I know that if I apply, I have a very high chance of getting it. That is alignment of skills and the opportunity. It means that your preparation has reached a point that this opportunity is now captured. It suits you by every means. All right. So all these aspects point to the fact that this is yours. So it is not, well, those that I started PhD with have gone far or they are left behind. That is not the issue. The issue is whether you are behind, your own Kairos comes to meet you there. Whether you're in front, your own Kairos comes to meet you there. We all have our Kairos. And I tell you the fact is it, in the competition is good, but sometimes competition can actually become distraction from recognizing your Kairos. That is what the second paper talked about, recognition. One of the challenges we have is for us to recognize it. Okay? And so if you are looking at others so much, looking at what is happening there, it may distract you from recognizing your own time. And the paper 5 we have talked about discusses the costs that can come when you miss it. All right. So I just wanted to clarify this point, and that was why I started by asking who has read it. Please, if you have time, go back again and read it again. Go back again and read it again. The papers are long. To be frank with you, they are long. And so each sentence you go through has some deep meaning. Just because it is my own experience, and I hope I was able to capture it in a way that it aligns with your own experience. So it's important to learn how to recognize your own Kairos. And the paper that was published today, we highlight the issues of vigilance, discernment, quietness, and when you have recognized. So you need to have a posture in dealing with Kairos. You need to have a posture. Each and every one of us is different from the others. And so how you internalize, how you get your signals from inside yourself is something you need to work on, because distractions can really prevent us. So you need to have a posture to be able to hear when your Kairos comes calling. And when you have recognized, one of the other challenges is seizing the moment. And I like the word Flora was talking about, courage. Yeah. In the third paper, I talked about so much about courage to act. Courage that goes beyond the doubt. Courage that goes beyond fear. Kairos does not deal away with fear, but Kairos handles fear. All right. And once you have seized it, there are rewards that come, as well as costs when not seized. So I just want to encourage those who have not read. Some of you who have just read one, you have work to do. So please find time to do that. But what is your own contribution? I know that those of you who have read have enjoyed it. I think we can distribute these messages to those around us. I believe you have students you are supervising. What Mamoon was saying is important. I wish I had these papers early in my career. Yeah, encourage them early in their career. Let them begin to have this sensitivity of what career is. Some of us we deal with the environment alone. We are fighting to meet the requirements that our environment puts on us, but you require some insight into some of these things to help you in navigating to your career. So I encourage you, send it. ASFI Research Journal is open access, so it's free for anyone, anywhere in the world, anytime. Circulate it. You may not even print all the papers. You can just print the front page and put, maybe you have notice board, and you can write some notes. Or you have those on your email list. You have those on your WhatsApp. Distribute it, because I believe I am a career where I will not call myself a coach, but I mentor many people through career decision based on my own experience, try and error I've gone through in this part of the world, because most of my career was built in this part of the world. And so I did not have so much support base, somebody who I can talk through in many situations. I have people I could consult, ask some questions. And so a lot of things I learned through try and error. And so I could really put myself in a place that if I had opportunity to repeat my career, there are things I would do. And so having this opportunity, I think, is good, that we can support the generation behind us by encouraging them to tap into some of these experiences to help them. There is no need to reinvent the wheel in every situation. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I think this discussion can continue. Dr. Nedla Taha, you can see this is just one paper, and you have 8 of them. The good news to everyone is that all that is being written in this paper is not all the stories of Kairos. In fact, I have chosen some things to keep because the original plan was to write it as a book, which is coming up. It will come in the future. But even in this abridged version, you can see that there are lots of things that need to be talked about, and you may not need to have it in the original clause, but you can create forums where some of these things can continuously be discussed. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Professor. You are always give us this support and these insights. We are learning so much from you, and I appreciate this achievement and congratulate you on this achievement. This series is one of important things that add to our career. Thank you so much. Welcome on 13th of March. The putting all together the announcement for Kairos series, the workshop. I will share.
I'm sharing it now, Dr. Nejila. You can see it on the
Okay,
screen.
thank you so much, Professor. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the workshop. The idea is to bring all this into perspective so that we can all generate the same energy. So we have organized this workshop. It is possible this may not be the only workshop on this series, depending on how this first one goes, because as I mentioned earlier, there are lots of things in this series. In fact, we can tease them out. But yeah, you are invited to this one, and we see how it goes within 2 hours. We have on the 13th of March. See how far we can go into that. We'll have several program highlights of what we want to achieve that day. So please join us. Invite your colleagues. Let them register. It's free. I think this will be beneficial to anybody. It's not only those in the academia. I think it reaches to everybody. So register. It is by registration. It is free, and I encourage you to share it in your network and encourage others to join. Thank you very much. So see you then.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to close with a final thought inspired by the spirit of the paper. Miss Kairos is really loud. It does not announce itself. It accumulates quietly through delay, hesitation, and comfort. But reflection transforms regret into wisdom. If Kairos is fragile and time-bound, what would it took for each of us to meet the next one? Not with certainty, but with the courage. Thank you all for your honesty, generosity, and thoughtful engagement today. This session reminds us that career and lives are shaped not only by what we do, but by when we do it, and by the courage to act when alignment calls. We look forward to continuing this conversation together and to seeing how the insight from this paper inform your work, decisions, and collaboration going forward. Thank you once again for being part of the ASFI Journal Club, and we look forward to our next session.